Hello Stampers, my name is Janet Pride, and today I am going to be showing you how to create a card using our sunflower embossing folder. This one right here. I have already created some of them and have not finished them. We'll be finishing one with you here on the video today. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I am creating these for a fair, supermarket fair, not supermarket, flea market sale that's going to be in our area here, and I just signed up for it and would love to share some of these cards there. So I'm going to show you how to do this today. So I am using Very Vanilla. This color has almost like disappeared. We don't have the envelope anymore. I do have still a stash of the envelopes, but in this case I'm going to be using the envelopes since I have them. And the way I did it is I cut out a regular A2 size card, and I put the embossing folder just like this. I opened it and I placed it here in the edge here, and then I pressed it down like so, and then I kind of like put the edge all the way in, so it does take all the way up to the edge, and then I pass it through and it embosses two pieces. As you can see, there's two pieces here. There's one here and then there's a smaller one here. This one on top measures, let me get my ruler here. There's my ruler. Now that I need my ruler, I can't find it. So I'm going to use another ruler here. This one here measures 3 1/4. I believe this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Yeah. So the inner piece here is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, and then we have a matting for this that I do not emboss, and that is 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Okay, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, 3 1/4, 4 1/4. All right, so pretty simple. You want to write those measurements. You can create this, and if you have this embossing folder or a great big embossing folder like this one, you can basically do that with almost any embossing folder, what I'm doing today. Okay, all right, so I am going to take this off. I kind of tack it on there with a little bit of the seal, but it won't stay on there. And I just put a little dab of it and it holds it pretty well. So I'm going to be coloring the center of the flower. I'm using my little daubers here, whatever you want to call these, brushes. I'm using earlyespresso for the center of my flower. I'm using goldenglow for the actual flower, and I'm using mossymeadow for the leaves down here at the bottom. So let's start with those. And basically you're just brushing. You're not going to make any specific way, because this is just going through, trying to get all of the things that look like leaves into our mossymeadow color. Okay, then I'm going to use the goldenglow. I was trying to use crushed curry, but it didn't look right. It looked like this orange. It was like a deep color. So I was like, no, I don't want it that color. I don't want it that deep. So I'm using the Golden Glow. So you just kind of brush it on there and bring it through. Bring it through. Some people have been using a sander, square block sander, and sanding them, making them look like antique. It's really cool. I have not tried that. I've seen some of the demonstrators using that. So I may get me one and try making it look kind of oldish, antique look. Okay, and we do have some flowers here. Let's go to the corner here. So we do have some flowers here. Okay. So that's it. Basically, we're just going around the section where the flower is and just making sure it's our Golden Glow color. Okay. All right. And then, let's close this one. And then we're going to use our Early Espresso. You could also use the pecan pie if you wanted to make it a little bit lighter. But I'm just going to go in a circle here in the middle just to kind of keep that color in one area. Not too much going out of that area, if you can see. Whoopsie. Okay, and then we're doing the same thing here. Keeping that color in the center. Kind of using the tip here to color that in. And then we're going to do this part here, has a little tiny piece. So kind of dab into that little corner there. And we should be good. Okay. Very nice. And that's it basically, guys. This is all we're doing as far as coloring. We're just going to color it to make it look like this. Then we're going to use our Early Espresso cardstock. We're going to put some of our multi-purpose glue and stick it to our Early Espresso piece. Okay. And you can make these flowers a different color too, any color you like. And there you go. I just love this. It's so pretty, so neutral. I am a neutral girl, so I like things more neutral. Let's see, I can cut this piece here. Kind of double this linen thread. I doubled it, and I'm going to bring it over here. See if I have enough. I do not have enough. Let's pull it over a little bit, and I'm going to still pull some more to make it a little longer. And then we're going to make a knot here. To the right or to the left. When you're looking at the card, it's to the left. Okay, it looks like I'm making it in the center now. This string is a little bit too short, so let's make sure I have enough string. And we tie until we have it ready. Then I'm going to cut these little edges here to make the string long enough. And now we're going to make a knot. So put your loop pass it through to the other side. Let me try it this way, upside down here. Okay, try it again. Pass it through the other side and pull it through. And we're going to pull that a little bit on one side, pull on the other side, and then we're going to get a little glue dot, stick it to our, I'm going to kind of rotate this a little bit, so you kind of like fold it a little bit in and kind of rotate it so it falls in place where you want it. And then we're going to put our glue dot underneath it so it will hold in place. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm going to hold in place. And I'm going to press right on there so it stays in place. And it won't budge, right? That's what we want. Stay put, right? And then the part that I have already embossed, that part, this will go on top of it like so, okay? So let's put our dimensionals on here. I'll put a few in the back, middle, all the corners for sure. And I'm going to put one here in the center and a couple on the sides, here and maybe here. Okay, let's take our stickies off, and we can put it in the center. I have already created all of my cards. I'm making sets of 4 to put in my little acetate boxes that I have been talking about, that I wish Stampin' Up! Still had. But they don't, so I'm going to have to check a local store, see if they have these, or online. So we'll put this right here and press all the sides and corners. There's our basic card. Isn't that gorgeous? So I have created already all of them. So we're going to figure out a sentiment to put on these, for all of these. I've created 6. I created 2 without the ribbon, and then the other 4 have the, not the ribbon, the linen thread. And then the other ones have the, no linen thread. They're just linen thread less, right? Okay, so let's see, we can put, I can do a birthday, I can do, happy birthday. This happy birthday looks happy, so let's Lily of the Valley's happy birthday. Let's see, this one right here. To a forever kind of friend. So grateful for you. A little thanks. No one, to one of the nicest people I know. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the inside. Happy birthday to one of the nicest people I know. That's nice. Okay, so here's our happy birthday. And then to one of the nicest people I know. Or we could put also to a forever kind of friend. Let's do 3 with that one and 3 with the other. All right, so we'll put this here, and we'll put you here. All right, and we're all set. Let me get the earlyespresso so we could do our stamping. And I'm going to get more pieces of this. These little strips you could use to do your labels. I'm going to use some of those. I know we have a lot of those because when we cut paper, usually we have so much of that left over, right? So we could use all of those for our sentiment. Let's see if I have some more in here. I don't see any more, so I'll just cut some of these strips from here. Okay. So I'm going to do my sentiment here. So it'll be a birthday card. Let's put all of these up and just keep one for now. So I'll have space to work. And we'll put happy birthday on here. Early espresso. Open it again. This time we're stamping it this way. And I usually like to have a paper underneath here. Even though they say you could use the glass and it just wipes off, but I just, for some reason, I just want to have the paper there. And happy birthday. That is kind of a little bit too narrow. Maybe half an inch. Is this a half an inch? It's a 1/4 inch. Maybe a 1/4 inch is a little too narrow. So let's try to make our little strips a little bigger than that. So let's see. Maybe 3/4 of an inch. It's a little too big. Half an inch, so a little bit over half an inch, like 1/8 more. Oh, let's do it this way. 1/8 more will give us the enough. So half an inch and 1/8 more, okay? And half an inch, 1/8 more. That's 2. Half an inch, 1/8 more. 3. 4, 5, 6. Okay, that was the perfect length too. This is actually 3 3/4. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 6/8, I believe. 6/8. So let's do our happy birthday on all of these. That way when we're ready to put them on, we're ready to go. Sometimes you could just do them, have them cut up, put them inside the card. And when you have a special occasion and you don't know, and you think you could use this, you could also change the label and make it something else. It doesn't have to be a birthday every time. It could be wishing you the best. It could be thinking of you. It could be condolences. It could be anything that you need to make a card for. Just making these happy birthday cards. Let's see, I need to get these closer so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now we got our cards. And let me clean this up real quick. Clean my stamp. I love my chamois. I used to have one of those black things. I still have it somewhere. Where you brush it through and oh, that was a nightmare. I have to keep spraying it and all this stuff, and I can't keep up with that. Okay, so this one we could probably staple here. I do have an old stapler from Stampin' Up that I have still in my stash, and I'm going to use that one. Hopefully I still have enough staples. I have to get the little tiny staples. Nope, it doesn't have staples. Let's see. And do I have staples? That's the question of the day. They have a specific staple that has to go in there because it's really a tiny staple that goes in there. If you still have that staple from them when they used to sell them, they're so much nicer than a regular staple because it has a small staple. It's not very big, so it's very concise. And I don't know if I have staples. I might have to go get some little tiny staples at the local hardware store. Not hardware, office supply store. I don't see it. Okay. Well, that would have been cute. A little staple there. I'll probably have it. I just don't know where I put it. Okay, so we're just gonna put our label here on these that have the ribbon. We can put it right above. Okay. So this is already on dimensional, so I'm not gonna put this on dimensionals because it'll be higher. So we'll just put a little glue on it. Stick it to it. Let us stick out the edge on the side of the edge until it's flush with the side here. Yeah, there we go. And then this one, we'll do the same thing. All of them have been propped up on dimensionals. So a little glue. Let's put it up here. And then we're gonna see if we have some embellishments to put on here to pop this thing up and make it look much more beautiful. I mean, it is already beautiful, I have to say, but it'll be even better. I hope you get to create these. You probably can, now that it's spring, we can probably make these little brighter colors, but I have to make the original color, the sunflower color, because it's just the way it is. Okay, so we got our sentiment on there. I'm going to put this inside. Let's see, 3 of them, and then the other one inside the other 3. So let's do this here and press to a forever kind of friend and press, and then one more. And then, yeah, I'm trying to make 4 of each, but I want to save a couple so that I can have them in my stash. And don't forget this layout, because I would like to do this with other colors. Would be really pretty. Other colors. And the last one. All right, let's find some embellishments here real quick that we would like to put on here. We have the yellow color. None of these would look nice. I believe these are still available. I could put some of these. Yeah. Let's put the earlyespresso's dimensionals here. Not dimensionals, embellishments. Okay. So here we have these embellishments. I think these are on last chance, if I'm not mistaken. You can still get some of these. And I usually like to put 3. Okay. There we go. So gorgeous. 1. 2. And 3. Okay. This, I love Early Espresso, and I love Very Vanilla. Some of my favorite colors for neutrals. So anytime I get to do a combination of these colors, so yes, let's do it. Also with the greens, the mossymeadow and the old olive. Looks so pretty. Okay, let's put these here and here and here. And one more. Then we're done. Hope you get to create these. I hope I get to sell all of them. And I hope everyone would love them just as much as I do. All right, let's put them out here. And here you are. You can create these really simple by using your embossing folder, sunflower embossing folder, and making that happen. This is Very Vanilla. I also have created the envelope that I showed you earlier that I have already embossed. So this will be a really nice set to give away to someone that you love, wishing them a happy birthday. Thank you so much for coming today. I hope you enjoy the cards, and I'll see you next time. Bye.